Hello and welcome back to another On the Wrestling and to an edition of Raw Out of 10. For the past couple of weeks, one of the main stories running on both shows has been what brand that CM Punk will end up on, and he will finally make his choice on this week's Raw. And we also got several other big matches, including Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And a big one to kick us off, Drew McIntyre against Jay Uso. After the usual recap, Jay made his way to the ring for the first match. Both men spoke a bit about how the bout started before McIntyre apologised for attacking Zayn last week, but only did it to make a point to Jay rather than apologise. Once the bell rang, Jay immediately started unloading on the Scottish Warrior. He sent him out of the ring, which sent him to a break. And when we returned, the two-time heavyweight champion was demolishing Uso with right hands. He misjudged the Claymore at ringside and ended up on top of the announce table, giving Uso the chance to fight back. Between the promo and the match, WWE gave him the first 30 minutes of the show, allowing it to be a solid encounter that improved from the performance they had both last week, especially the Scottish Warrior. He's done a great job embracing the heel side recently. McIntyre resorted to using a some CI to get the win, so yeah, protecting Jay and also getting McIntyre's heel situation over. So yeah, this was a really strong start, 7 out of 10 from me. Before it's time for backstage segments, Alpha Academy and Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley and Maxine Dupree came out for their non-title match. Ivy Nile was with Maxine. Dupree hit an ill-advised slap to start things off, angering the Alligator. After hitting the Riptide, the champion taunted Dupree before locking in a signature submission for the win. This was a short and dominant performance from Ripley. It's just too bad the biggest moment in the match was a near botch. But yeah, I think with Maxine's inexperience, there was always a risk of that happening, and we got the stare down with Niall and Ripley. Maybe we could be building up for that for the Rumble or something like that. I don't know, but I'd definitely be intrigued by that, because I think yeah, obviously from what I've seen of Ivy Nile in NXT, she's really strong. So yeah, that's intriguing. Yeah, 6 out of 10. CM Punk then came to the ring to talk with GM Adam Pearce about what brand he's going to choose. He spoke about debuting for WWE in the same building before being sent to AEW. He talked about having to make tough decisions 10 years ago and even apologised to the fans who were upset to see him return to WWE. He then declared he was signing with Raw and put his signature on a contract to make it official. Before he could celebrate too much, Seth arrived. They stared at each other for a long time without saying a word or changing expressions. Rollins grabbed the mic and told Punk not to call WWE his home after spending 10 years trying to tear it down and trash it. He said if Punk was going to be in WWE, he wants him on Raw so he can expose him as a fraud and run circles around him. Punk told Pearce he was going to enter the Royal Rumble and challenge Rollins at WrestleMania. This was fantastic. Both men delivered brilliant promos and built a possible match that's going to sell a lot of tickets. There seems to be genuine emotion coming from Rollins, which also makes the things more real and entertaining. So yeah, this was fantastic stuff. Probably one of the best promo segments of the year, and I'm so hyped for this Rollins Punk feud, man. We then got Bronson Reed taking on Ivar, and Raw's been home with the meaty men slapping me recently, and the trend continued with this match. The two behemoths have been trying to prove who's the better super heavyweight, and yeah, I think the fans are the real winner in all of this. Modern pro wrestling doesn't have as many big man bouts in the day as it had in the 80s and 90s, so these bouts are few and far between. The match starts with huge men just going at each other and creating huge collisions. They traded control multiple times, both hitting some impressive moves and taking some big bumps. Reed hit an earth-shattering suplex from the top rope to get the win. If this is the end of the feud, they did a fantastic job putting a bow on everything. This was pure fun from start to finish. I think, yeah, there's nothing more you can say. I think both men benefited from just how strong they looked. So yeah, this was strong stuff, 7 out of 10. Before it's time for Carter and Chance versus LeRae and Hartwell. But before that, Balor, Priest, McDonough and Mysterio came out to the ring, but they were interrupted by R-Truth asking why they locked their clubhouse. Priest invited him to the ring to see what he has to say. The Archer of Infamy says everyone loves Truth except him and took him down. The whole group beat on him until the Creed brothers ran to help. They were outnumbered but managed to get the upper hand and clear the ring, just putting them over as more credible threats. And yeah, I hope the R-Truth Judgment Day stuff isn't over, because that is really good stuff. Yeah, very funny. R-Truth is just such a legend, and the Creed Brothers getting more and more over, so this was a solid segment. They only had a couple of minutes though in the tag match, so they tried to pack as much in as possible. KC2 got the win by pinning Hartwell, but there's not much more to say. Some of what they did here was probably best described as filler, but of course they're getting a match next week for the titles, so it's building up to that. But yeah, was it built up in the most effective way? Probably not. Should it have been given more time? Yes, 5 out of 10. We then got Imperium versus DIY and The Miz, but before that, Becky Lynch came out to play a video of Nia Jax breaking her nose infamously all those years ago and said that they never had a chance to follow up on that properly. Jax eventually made her way to the ring, and the man said she was lucky she didn't connect with her full horse when she hit her. The segment was short, but set up a future match, and I think that'll be good with all of their history. So yeah, looking forward to that. But it's then time for that match. The A-lister has history with Gargano and Ciampa, but it appeared to have set that aside to take on Imperium. Gunther took Gargano down with a massive chop to kick things off. Imperium is one of the best trios in all of wrestling. DIY has been a great team, and The Miz is a veteran who's more than capable. It will surprise nobody that these men put on a good performance. The A-lister picked up the win. for his team, hitting Vinci with a skull-crushing finale. The Cleveland crowd cheered as Gargano and Miz celebrated with Ciampa. And yeah, this was good stuff, leading to another Guns and Miz match, which I think will be really good. Miz obviously not being able to challenge again afterwards does make sense. So yeah, I thought this was really strong and gets a 7 out of 10 from me. We then got Nakamura versus Cody in our main event. They've been building this story for a few weeks through video packages and promos. This was the first time they've been in the ring together as opponents. The only previous performance was on the same side of a 6-man tag match in July, so WWE gave them the last 3 segments of this show for the first ever encounter. The American Nightmare was on defense until he managed to take Nakamura's knee to turn the tide in his favour. Their evening matched in size and power, but both men used different styles in the ring. Nakamura is a striker and submission specialist, while Rhodes is a more traditional technician. Both can adjust their styles to work with just about everyone. After the first encounter, they did a good job making this worthy of their main event slot, while also leaving plenty of room to grow in their inevitable matches. Since it ended in a DQ due to Nakamura using the Red Mist, the outcome was not ideal, but it's understandable. WWE is already hyping up the Day 1 edition of Raw as a big event, so yeah, we could well get that match then. So yeah, in a way it does make sense for the first match. Just would maybe have put something else in the main event. You know, obviously with so much other good stuff on this show, just to have a DQ finish on the main event wasn't so good, but it's kind of understandable why they do it. I'll give it 6 out of 10. Overall, Raw this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, a really strong episode of Raw this week. So many strong matches on the card. Setting up some interesting things up. Punk Rollins and Battle was legendary. Uso McIntyre was great. Setting up some decent feuds in the mid card as well. So I thought, yeah. And considering there's no pay-per-view for ages, WWE is still definitely putting out strong weekly TV. But anyway, guys, that's it for you. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, let's see the video. Wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.